Hey, what is going on there, Guardians? Evade here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I have a guide for you on some of the new Black Armory content, and we're also going to explore some uncovered secrets along the way. So if you'd like to join us on this journey to the Black Armory together, let's get right into it.
Welcome, Guardian. We provide our clientele with only the finest wares. Every piece in our collection tells a story. However, none can currently be sold. We are without a vital necessity, our forge. If you truly covet our wares, then understand we would very much like our forge back. Welcome to the Black Armory.
Alright Guardians, let's first begin with some tips pertaining to the intro quest for Black Armory itself. So this first quest here is pretty self-explanatory, but this will definitely save you some time and get you ready for your first forge ignition within the European Dead Zone. Our first step is going to be visiting the spider to pick up the beginning of this quest. Now last week I did make a video discussing the new threat in the Black Armory, and it happens to be a new band of fallen known as the Scourge Syndicate. When we ventured here to the Tangled Shore to see what's going on, the spider kinda gives us a rundown.
I'm a sensitive soul. I take no pleasure in seeing members of my family in distress. Take for example, my highly valued business associates, the Black Armory. Your assistance might just be the pick-me-up they need. Their name never graced your ears, I know. Allow me to pull the vast curtain of things Guardians don't know back an inch. This right here is a token of the Black Armory's appreciation. Without it, they won't appreciate the presence of someone with your job description. Tread carefully, friend. You won't find hospitality as warm as the spiders behind their doors.
So the spider gave us a key to enter the Black Armory, which is supposed to be super hidden from the Vanguard, but it turns out it's in the tower we've been inhabiting for the last year. After a flash of our new spider card, Ada just lets us right in.
You are not welcome here, Guardian. I see.
The next step is to take down one of the new enemies in the European Dead Zone and open a crate to get yourself a weapon core. So you can go to the outskirts or the gulch. I went to the outskirts and waited by this bridge, and the servitor dude popped up not long after. Now alongside opening that chest to get the weapon core, you just need to kill 25 regular fallen to get these compound ether. Now this can be done in a fire team, which is really cool. So say your friend picks up 5 of them, it'll pop up on your screen and it's going to count towards your progression as well. Third is going to be power weapon multi-kills and power weapon hive kills. So for this one, you can head to any lost sector and just kill some of them hive. You can go to Mars if you have Warmind, or Titan if you do not. I actually didn't really think about it, ended up going to Titan, did a lost sector, and finished it within one run. For the last couple of steps, we're going to head back to the Leviathan because this is the quickest way to do this next part. What we first need to do is defeat 25 powerful enemies. Instead of doing strikes or going to the blind well, which could easily work, we're simply going to spawn in and kill these guys at the beginning because all of them count towards our quest. So go ahead, pull out your whisper, kill them, repeat, go back to orbit and come back, and definitely make sure you're using power weapons. Lastly, we need to collect 20 radiant seeds from defeating powerful enemies, so continue this Leviathan strat, but this time you can use whatever guns and abilities you like. Once complete, head to Ada and she'll give you the quest to ignite the first Volundr Forge in the European Dead Zone.
Dare I go against our values and ask a Guardian to craft a new Black Armory weapon? If I do, our operations could finally restart. But more of their kind would come. They'll want our wares, of course. We'll need more supplies to meet demand, which means even more Guardians, which means further disgracing the memory of our founder. You've put me in quite the the predicament.
To get to this forge, you can just mark it on your map, make it super easy, but you want to spawn at the sunken aisles and head through the giant tunnels. When entering the forge for the first time, there is a couple of things to note. Yes, you can jump over the collapsed bridge and start the activity in the center over there, but you can also hop off the cliff to the bottom left and pick up a new exotic quest. This quest itself has yet to be solved, and it's either super tricky to start as there are tons of secrets out there, or it's going to be time gated and revealed at a later date. Some suggest this may be the start of the Last Word quest, but that doesn't release until January 29th, so my guess is that it could be something else entirely, but who knows. Let's next guide you through the Volundr Forge, and then we'll discuss the tons of hidden secrets scattered around this room right after. So this forge is a bit tough if you are around the Forsaken cap of 600, so if you haven't done your weekly milestones, I definitely recommend you complete those to bump up your light a bit, and that will definitely make things easier. So for me, I was around 610 power, but I needed to use some of my other weapons like the Whisper, so I ended up being around 606, which is okay, but definitely make sure you have a full fire team and you're in good terms with each other when it comes to your light. Another tip I have is also make sure you're in a party or some type of communication with each other. There is matchmaking, but if you're looking to complete this in the first week or so, you're gonna have a pretty rough time with those blueberries. So there are tons of strategies, and I'm not always the best when it comes to this stuff, but here's what we did because it worked. We ended up having one hunter, which was me, with Orpheus, Riggs, and Tether. We had a Titan with Hammers and Melting Point, and then we had a Warlock with Well. So split the three of you up left, right, and center and focus on the blue enemies as they are the ones that drop the batteries. When you pick up this said battery and throw it at the forge in the center, your time is going to increase a bit, allowing you to keep progressing and get the 20 needed to move to the next wave. So kill enemies, throw batteries on your respective sides, and help your friends out if they need it. So with this forge, there are two waves like this: kill enemies, throw batteries, and the third wave is going to be the boss round. So after throwing the first 20 batteries, you finish the first round, and you should have your super. Round 2 is where things may get a little bit difficult, and this one to me is all about communication and chaining those supers to keep the orbs flowing. So you can see right here, I use Tether, then my partner here would come in with hammers, clear the place up a bit, and I immediately would get my Tether back so I could just keep repeating this process. So chain the supers, kill the enemies, throw the batteries even quicker as time is definitely not on your side, and if done correctly you will come to the third boss round. Here our first thought, and I'm sure many of you thought this as well, was to sit at the back where we entered and do damage from there. What we actually found to be a much better option was this. So take down the little drones from the boss and kind of lure him over to the left side near this cave. Once he gets into the right spot, put down your well and begin to do your damage. This is super helpful as most of these enemies will leave you alone, and if you do enough damage, you will have yourself the new heavy machine gun, and your quest is now complete. From here, Ada's inventory will open for you, so you can get new bounties, craft a couple of new frames, and have the freedom to explore as you wish.
Look at you. Look at what you've done. What you've created. The first Black Armory weapon, crafted by a Guardian.
We now get to some of the secrets hidden within the forge itself. So around the room there are these tiny drones, or people are calling them beacons, that say crest not found. At this point, no one knows what to do with these, how to activate them, but they are definitely a thing. Next is definitely the most interesting. So with this heavy machine gun while aiming down the sights, we can see tons of secret symbols on the cave walls which just kind of light the place up. Now, kind of connecting to all those symbols, behind one of these crates there's also a map of sorts which seems to have some of these same images. Now at the moment, everyone on Reddit is trying to figure this out, break the code, but I thought it'd be cool to bring to your attention in case, anyone wants to explore this further on their own, and this also ties to a bunch of weird Norse mythology like this thing right here. This is called the Vegvisir, I think that's the right pronunciation, but all of these symbols within the Black Armory sort of fit into this Norse compass, which could have a big part to do with this. But Guardians, that's all I got for today's video. Definitely hope this helps some of you out. I know it was pretty self-explanatory at some parts, but for those that are stuck, maybe you haven't got into Black Armory yet and you're a little bit confused, I hope it helped you out. Now there's definitely going to be tons of other discoveries, that exotic quest, we have all these symbols here, so definitely be sure to come back to the channel as I will probably make videos on those subjects if they're pretty cool, and we'll dive into some more Black Armory mysteries together. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, my name's Evade and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.